When you think about Hollywood royalty, one name that always rises to the top is Denzel Washington. With decades of iconic performances, 2 Academy Awards, a Presidential Medal of Freedom, and countless unforgettable roles, he has earned a reputation as one of the greatest actors of all time. But here's the part most people don't about. Even legends like Denzel have their own heroes. People who influenced them, inspired them, and paved the way before them. And sometimes, those heroes aren't just distant icons, they're friends, colleagues, and partners in storytelling. So today, we're breaking down the 7 actors Denzel Washington himself admires the most. Some of these names won't surprise you, legends who shaped the industry. Others might shock you, rising stars who've proven themselves worthy of Denzel's respect. Stick around, because his #1 pick isn't just about acting. It's about legacy, impact, and a story that will leave you emotional. Number 7. Sidney Poitier.
Joker, I've been mad all my natural life. I'm just telling you the facts a lie. I don't want to hear it. I've been listening to that stuff all my life. From my wife, be nice.
You cannot talk about Denzel Washington's journey without mentioning Sidney Poitier. To Denzel, Sidney wasn't just a role model. He was the blueprint. The man who showed what was possible for black actors in a time when opportunities were few and stereotypes were everywhere. Sidney Poitier was the first black man to win an Academy Award for Best Actor. That moment changed Hollywood forever. And for a young Denzel, it wasn't just inspiring, it was life-changing. He once said that Sidney's patience and kindness felt like guidance from a father figure. Whenever Denzel faced challenges, Sidney was there with advice. Whenever Denzel needed encouragement, Sidney offered wisdom. Their bond was so strong that when Denzel won his 2nd Oscar in 2002, Sidney was also honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award that same night. Denzel often reflects on how it felt like history coming full circle, the pioneer and his successor standing side by side. To Denzel, Sidney wasn't just an actor. He was a hero, a mentor, and a personal friend. Here's a question. Do you think Hollywood would have embraced Denzel Washington the same way if Sidney Poitier hadn't broken barriers first? Number 6. Viola Davis. Next up is a powerhouse of emotion and talent, Viola Davis. When Denzel talks about great actors, Viola is always near the top of his list. The chemistry between them in Fences was unforgettable. Critics and fans alike praised how deeply they connected with their roles. For Denzel, it was proof of Viola's unmatched ability to disappear into her characters and bring raw truth to the screen. But it goes beyond just one film. They've worked together in Antoine Fisher in The Great Debaters, and every time Denzel has described Viola as fearless, honest, and in a league of her own. He once said she's one of the greatest actors of all time, and he meant every word. Viola has also been outspoken about how much she's learned from working alongside Denzel, calling him a giant of the craft. The admiration flows both ways. Here's a thought. If Denzel Washington and Viola Davis teamed up for another powerful drama today, would it surpass Fences in impact? Number 5. Morgan Freeman. If there's one actor who embodies wisdom, grace, and longevity, it's Morgan Freeman. And it's no surprise Denzel holds him in the highest regard. Their friendship has lasted nearly 3 decades, and in that time, Denzel has often praised Morgan's focus and discipline. Freeman isn't flashy. He doesn't chase trends. Instead, he delivers timeless performances that resonate across generations. Think about it. Shawshank Redemption, Driving Miss Daisy, $1 Million Baby. Morgan has shown again and again that you don't need gimmicks to be unforgettable. Denzel deeply respects that kind of consistency. And here's something interesting. Both Denzel and Morgan came from an era where black actors were often typecast. But instead of letting Hollywood box them in, they broke through by proving talent cannot be ignored. To Denzel, Freeman's career is living proof that substance will always outlast style. Which role do you think defines Morgan Freeman's legacy the most? Drop it in the comments. Number 4. Pedro Pascal. Now here's the curveball. Pedro Pascal may not have the decades-long career of a Poitier or Freeman, but he's already impressed Denzel enough to make this list. The two worked together on The Equalizer 2, and Denzel has openly praised Pedro as a brilliant actor and a joy to share the screen with. For Denzel, it wasn't just about the performance, it was about the work ethic. The dedication Pedro brought to every scene stood out. Since then, Pedro has exploded in popularity with The Mandalorian and The Last of Us. But even before that, Denzel saw something special. He once said there's acting at a normal level, and then there's acting at Pedro's level. That's high praise coming from a man who doesn't hand out compliments lightly. Did you expect Pedro Pascal to rank among Denzel's favorite actors? Or does it surprise you to see a newer face on this list? Number 3. Samuel L. Jackson. Their friendship goes back over 45 years, before either of them became Hollywood giants. They first connected in the theater world, working together on stage long before the cameras came calling. Denzel has often said he admires Samuel's ability to move seamlessly between blockbuster action roles and serious, dramatic performances. From Pulp Fiction to A Time to Kill to the Marvel Universe, Samuel always leaves his mark. But what Denzel values most is Samuel's authenticity. He's real. What you see on screen is who he is off-screen. Unapologetic, commanding, and unforgettable. Here's a tough one. Who do you think has had the bigger cultural impact, Samuel L. Jackson or Denzel Washington? Number 2. Tom Hanks. Sometimes the greatest performances come from unexpected partnerships. In 1993, Denzel and Tom Hanks came together for Philadelphia, and the result was groundbreaking. The film tackled issues of homophobia, AIDS, and prejudice in a way that was unheard of at the time. Tom played a lawyer battling AIDS, while Denzel played the reluctant attorney who represents him. Their performances not only won awards, but shifted conversations worldwide. Denzel has said he deeply respects Tom's warmth, humility, and dedication to his craft, and the respect is mutual. When Denzel received the prestigious Cecil B. DeMille Award at the Golden Globes, Tom was chosen to deliver his tribute, and it wasn't just a speech. It was heartfelt, emotional, and unforgettable. Even though they haven't shared the screen since Philadelphia, their bond remains strong. Denzel calls Tom a true partner in storytelling, someone who knows what it means to carry a role with both heart and responsibility. Imagine this. If Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington reunited for one last film, what kind of story would you want them to tell? Number 1. Chadwick Boseman. At the top of Denzel's list is someone whose story still brings people to tears. Chadwick Boseman. Years before the world knew him as Black Panther, Chadwick was just a student who got accepted into a prestigious summer acting program at Oxford. But he couldn't afford to go. What he didn't know was that Denzel Washington quietly stepped in and paid for his tuition. Chadwick never forgot that. Years later, standing on stage, he looked at Denzel and said, "There is no Black Panther without Denzel Washington." The moment was powerful, emotional, and a reminder of how one act of generosity can change everything. To Denzel, Chadwick wasn't just a talented actor, he was an old soul, someone who carried himself with dignity, who chose roles that mattered, and who represented something far greater than fame. From Jackie Robinson to T'Challa, Chadwick honored every role he played. When Chadwick passed away in 2020, the heartbreak was global, but for Denzel, it was personal. He didn't just lose a colleague, he lost someone he believed in, someone who was carrying the torch into the next generation. Do you think Chadwick Boseman's legacy will inspire the next wave of actors the same way Sidney Poitier inspired Denzel Washington? And there you have it, the 7 actors Denzel Washington admires the most. From the trailblazing Sidney Poitier to the unforgettable Chadwick Boseman. This list tells us more than just Denzel's taste in acting. It tells us about his values, integrity, discipline, authenticity, and purpose. Did you guess anyone right? Which actor on this list do you admire the most? Drop your answer in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the stories behind Hollywood's biggest names. See you in the next one.